Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Check this out, brother. I was going to do this this segment, but all my other segments so long I can't do it, so I'm going to ask you this. Okay, so I know that you have a knowledge of football, NFL, and stuff like that. And I got infuriated this week because, all right, so there was this dude, and his name is Richie Incognito. And basically he was an offensive guard, very talented offensive lineman, white boy, on Miami Dolphins. And sometime maybe 2 years ago, there was another brother who was like maybe a third string lineman, and Richie Incognito was basically terrorizing this dude, like calling him racial slurs, talking about how he was half white, just terrorizing him and stuff like that. And they knew about it on the team. So nobody did nothing about it until basically he went to the media with it, and he showed them text messages and all sorts of proof, and then the NFL basically had to ban this dude for I think a year. First it was indefinitely. But the thing is, he's back in the league. Now, the guy that he was terrorizing, this Jonathan Martin dude, he's not even in the league no more and probably won't be let back. Now, the other day in Mac's group in the paint, there was this big discussion going on, and I was so disappointed in some of the brothers that were in there because they were talking about Ray Rice and how Ray Rice could not get a job in the NFL because they're saying they don't want to touch him because of the women's rights group. And I'm saying to myself, yo, this Richie Incognito dude, this guy performed a hate crime, and he's back in the league. And basically, Ray Rice can't get back in the league because they're saying that, they don't want to deal with the women's group. My thing is this. To me, this speaks to the whole concept of nationhood, because the fact of the matter is that they chose one over the other. And you've seen it all over the league. Like, they chose Roethlisberger. Michael Vick had to stay out for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? They choose one over the other. If you and I don't control the league, we can't be crying about whether people should be in the league or not. And what shocked me was it was black people, black men, that were saying, you can't confuse the two, this is not racial. I said, are you serious, B?
Well, as you know, that's the talking point. Nothing's racial. That's the talking point. Nothing is about race. There are actually people who feel that Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, that wasn't racial. Because as you know, white people sitting in their car get shot up all the time by the police. White people with their family, with kids in the back, they always get shot up. I mean, how delusional do you have to be to say that that's not about race? That if that was a white man, would that have gone down the way that it did? See, that's why I can't have these conversations, man. I can't have a conversation with somebody that's being disingenuous. If I'm going to have a conversation, it has to be an honest conversation. One guy on the YouTube actually told me, I couldn't believe that he typed this out. Maybe he didn't spell check it or proofread it before he sent it out. I was talking about the Black Lives Matter and how contradictory it is to say that Black Lives Matter is racist, but yet you can say Blue Lives Matter and nobody cares about that. You know what I'm saying? If Black Lives Matter is racist, how come you say Blue Lives Matter with no cognitive dissonance? And the guy said, basically what I said was, the problem that you have is the word black. And he said, yes, I do have a problem with the word black because I feel disconnected from it.
Oh, goodness.
I said, what? I said, am I talking to a serial killer? Because not only are you narcissistic, you have no empathy. You don't have the ability to have empathy, and you're narcissistic. Those are the two qualities of a serial killer. People, there's a movement about police disproportionately targeting black people, so they call it Black Lives Matter, and you feel that you're disconnected from that because it says black in it. It doesn't include me. It has nothing to do with you.
Word.
You got people walking around with these pink ribbons talking about breast cancer. I'm not a woman.
Exactly.
But why is it that I can wear those things and feel empathy towards women without thinking, well, you calling it breast cancer, it seems to be all about women. Well, what about the men? What kind of crazy? Right. Nobody would ever say that.
Nope.
So that's why black folks need to stop having conversations. There comes a time when union and management are in negotiations and management is not budging or they're doing something outrageous and talks break down where they just separate from the table and they don't even talk to each other. I think we're at that point between black and white relations.
Right. Yep.
No more conversations. No more getting on your shows trying to explain ourselves because we're talking to people who are liars and people who are disingenuous and people that hate our guts. Nobody cares about what's going on in Chicago to black people. Now, all of a sudden, these white people are concerned about what's happening in Chicago. Well, look at what's going on in Chicago. Well, what's going on in Chicago? What's going on in Chicago is exactly what you want to go on in Chicago. Black people killing each other.
Exactly.
Now, all of a sudden, that's an issue for you because you see black folks raising up about the state killing them. So I can't have a conversation with disingenuous people, whether they be black, white, green, or in between. I am not having because that's playing myself. I'm sitting up there pretending that you don't know what I'm talking about. Come on, man.
Word.